It was well past midnight. The wind whistled across the deck of the research vessel Odyssey, and the metal ropes creaked. But as Adrian tightened the straps of his diving suit, he sensed that beyond those sounds, something was about to happen. The ocean's own silence. It felt as if an invisible presence was waiting in that vast darkness. Ryan put on his mask, grinning. We're going to make history. Who knows what we'll find down there? Sophia rolled her eyes, checking her mask, a faint unease in her voice. Or we'll vanish into history. Don't you remember what the fisherman said? No one who dives here at night ever comes back. Adrian didn't respond. His eyes were fixed on the black water beneath the ship. The fisherman's stories lingered in his mind. Muffled sounds, silence, something watching you from the darkness. Yet curiosity outweighed fear. They had been preparing for months. There was no turning back. One by one, they plunged into the water. The first few meters were easy. Moonlight streamed down in silver threads through the surface, glinting off schools of fish. But by the time they reached 30 meters, the light vanished entirely. Only the beams from their flashlights pierced the void. Adrian raised his wrist to check the gauges. 40 meters, getting closer to the structure, he said. From the darkness, shadows appeared first, then shapes slowly emerged. Walls covered in algae, cracked columns, stone stairs wrapped in seaweed, and at the center, a wide square. Ryan's voice echoed with excitement. Do you see it? A city. A damned city down here. Sophia held her breath. The columns were carved with human faces, their eyes hollowed, mouths open as if eternally screaming. Oh my God, Sophia whispered. It's like they're screaming. Adrian reached out to touch one of the carvings, feeling a chill run through his fingertips. At the same moment, a low hum emanated from deep within the water. Muffled, incomprehensible, yet strangely human-like. The three of them exchanged startled glances. Did you hear that too? Adrian's breath quickened. Sophia nodded. Yes, it's like someone or something is inside. Ryan tried to laugh off his fear. It's just pressure, messing with our brains. But his laugh betrayed him. The tension was clear. In the middle of the square, a massive door loomed. Covered in algae, with chains etched into the carvings, it looked as if something had been sealed behind it long ago. This door, Adrian's voice trembled. It's like it opens to something that should never be opened. At that moment, Ryan shone his flashlight on the door. Maybe it's already open, he said, and he was right. A black gap stretched beneath the door. Stones cracked around it, and the darkness beyond seemed to swallow the light. As the trio approached the gap, their gauge lights flickered simultaneously. The pressure dropped suddenly, warning lights flashing. No, Adrian muttered. The tanks, they're fine. Everything is fine. Sophia panicked, struggling to breathe as her mask fogged up. Her flashlight flickered. Then a shadow moved within the darkness. Its size was impossible to determine, its shape uncertain. Sometimes human-sized, sometimes like a colossal tower. But whenever light touched it, it vanished, absorbing the beam. Adrian, Sophia, and Ryan tried to retreat, but the passage they had come through was gone. In its place, a stone wall covered in algae had formed. Sophia thrashed, pointing up. Adrian moved forward, testing the wall with his hands. One stone was looser than the others. They advanced cautiously, yet with every step, something seemed to shift among the algae and stones. A dull thump echoed from afar. Ryan directed his flashlight toward the darkest corners, trying to suppress his fear. "Look! There's something here." Sophia aimed her beam at the spot. Between the stones was a wooden box, closed like a chest, covered in algae and secured with heavy chains. Its lid was broken, the interior empty, yet old ropes and some bones lay scattered around it. Adrian froze for a moment. This must be a recovered corpse. Sophia shivered. Who was it? Why was it buried here? At that instant, a faint noise came from within the chest. Ryan recoiled, but Adrian and Sophia leaned closer. A hand emerged, pale and covered in algae, its skin dead and muted under the flashlight beam. Adrian stumbled backward, heart racing. Ryan, losing control, reached forward. Just as he was about to touch it, another corpse emerged from between the stones, completely covered in algae, eyes empty, mouth open in a silent scream. Sophia screamed, her voice bouncing uselessly underwater. The corpse suddenly moved, arms stretching slowly toward them, as if trying to drag them in. Adrian frantically waved his flashlight, but the corpse remained in the shadows. Ryan struggled for breath. Sophia tried to speak, but only bubbles escaped. The corpse drifted slowly toward the surface. Its hands touched the stones, which seemed to react as if alive, small fragments falling around them. Adrian made one last effort to grab Ryan and Sophia, trying to retreat. But the gap beneath the door had completely sealed. It was as if the city itself had swallowed them. The corpse gave one final glance at their faces, then vanished silently. The trio was trapped in the deep, fighting for every breath. The pressure and darkness crushed the human spirit. Adrian, Sophia, and Ryan clung to each other in despair. But the pressure and darkness were suffocating them, locking their muscles. The low hum from the depths and the slow movement of shadows made it clear that escape was impossible. Suddenly, algae-covered corpses emerged from between the stones. Their hands reached out and grabbed them, pulling them into the darkness. Despite thrashing in panic, they could do nothing. Their movements slowed underwater, and their breaths were cut off. Adrian cast one final glance at Ryan and Sophia. Fear and helplessness were written across their faces. As their last bubbles rose toward the surface, all three succumbed to the depths. The city quietly merged with their bodies. The only things left were the faint beams of their flashlights and the hum of the void. Beneath the sea, no life remained.